Hello, my friends. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Novella. Today is Wednesday. That means a midweek check-in. It's going to be short and sweet. I've got a mini book haul for you, and I've read a couple of books. So let's get started. So I had one DNF this week, and that's this one. It's also part of the book haul. It's called Strega, I believe. And it's written by Johanne, Lykke, Holm, translated by Saskia Vogel. And this is the story about a girl who works in a remote alpine hotel, and on their day off they all go out together, all the girls, and suddenly one of the girls is missing apparently. But I DNF'd it because I couldn't get into the writing. It's not for me. I don't like it when this is the first time that I ever done this in my life. But after 30 pages or so, I thought, oh, so many sentences begin with I. It's so I did this, and then I did that, and then I heard this, and then I started to circle around it. I started to highlight the I's. So many sentences that begin with I, and I thought, oh, this is really not for me. So I DNF'd it. It's my first DNF of the year. I really couldn't be bothered. Then I started reading The Magnificent Deepwater by Patricia Highsmith. This is a buddy read with Ollie from Grim and Ollie. Oh, she is at the height of her game in this book. So this is her fifth book, and it talks about a couple, Vic and Melinda, and Vic is a very wealthy man. Melinda is very promiscuous, and they have a little girl, and every other week the woman has another boyfriend. And one of her boyfriends went missing, and Vic always says in parties, "Oh, I killed him," and that brings him into trouble. That gets him into trouble eventually. So it's really well written. Patricia Highsmith can create characters that are so flawed, but still a little bit likable. They're annoying, but in a good way. And I really enjoyed this book. It's going to be a 5-star, I think. The way it started, it's wow. It's really wow. Then I also read Love Me Tender by Constance Debré. She's a French author. And this is the first book that I read by her, and I really enjoyed it, highly enjoyed it. So this tells the story of, it's a bit auto-fiction, I think. A woman who was a very celebrated lawyer, is in a relationship with a man, 20 years, they have a child, a son, and suddenly the woman says, I want to get out of the marriage. I want to live on my own. I want to get out. She stops working as a lawyer, and she starts writing. She has very, very little money. And then she confesses to her ex-husband that she is gay. And then everything goes wrong for her. She can't see her kid anymore, and it becomes very, very difficult to have a relationship with her son because the father does everything to keep her away, and tell all bad things about her, that she's a really bad influence, and so on and so on. And the question in this novel is, can a woman fall out of love of her own children because she doesn't see them anymore? And it's a really brutal sort of story. Her writing style is very brutal, I think, very aggressive in a way. not by the words, but the style and the way she acts is quite aggressive, or comes across as aggressive. She is very detached, I think, from love and tenderness and all good things in life in a way. So yeah, a very interesting book, and I highly recommend it. Then I'm also buddy reading Moby Dick by Herman Melville, together with Micah Cummins, and I'm really glad we do it as a buddy read, because otherwise I would have DNF'd it, because I really couldn't get into the story. But after, let's say, 50 pages, gradually I was hooked, and yeah, I really love it now. Also, the descriptions of the whales and whaling and everything I find it highly interesting. So you kind of learn and get enjoyment at the same time. And I really like it. It's very well done. So yeah, and then my little book haul I have. Oh no, there's one graphic novel that I read. It's Vel by Sabien, Clement and Mieke Versyp. This is just for my Dutch-speaking authors. It's really good. It's about grief and messy relationships and loss and disappointment and finding your way in difficult times. It's really beautiful. It's not a fast read. It took me just as long as it would have been a novel. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I hope for you guys that it gets translated someday. Doubt it, but you never know. So then, my little mini book haul, I got myself Manhunt by Gretchen Felker-Martin, Manhunt. And this is about Beth and Fran spend their days traveling the ravished New England coast, hunting feral men and harvesting their organs in a gruesome effort to ensure they'll never face the same fate. And Robbie lives by his gun and has one hard-learned motto: other people aren't safe. I'm really looking forward to this one. And then I also bought The Goodby People by Gavin Lambert. This is a McNally edition. I really like those McNally editions. So the bisexual draft dodger living on the skids, the glamorous young widow in search of enlightenment, the skinny gamine from out of town who wants to make it in the movies. These are the people who inhabit Gavin Lambert's modern portrait of Southern California at the end of the 1960s, forever swapping addresses, lovers, and dreams. All that binds them together is their common sense of aimlessness and the clear, judgment-free eye of a British author trying his best to be a friend to each. Sounds interesting. And then I also bought In Memoriam by Winn. This is a war novel. This is about two friends who go to war together, the First World War, and it's about gay love in the trenches. So I'm really looking forward to this one as well. And that's about it. We're still reading, of course, the book of Disquiet. It's not a book you can rush through, and I'm really enjoying it. Please join us. Yeah, there's still time. We will do a wrap-up video by the end of this month. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I hope I will see you on Friday, because then it's the 10th and it's a top 10 list. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.